All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. Welcome to episode 18 of our Hard Times Hog Farm gameplay series. I am the Ultra Farmer. It is a beautiful October morning here at the Hard Times Hog Farm, which means it is corn harvesting season, which is my favorite time of the year. I love harvesting corn, and that is exactly what we're going to get into in this episode. We've got corn to harvest, we've got fields to work. We're then going to have to prep a bunch of fields and get ready for winter. We have pigs that need so much food, it's not even funny. And we probably got to move around some slurry and manure as well. So let's get right into it. Let's get into episode 18 and let's get to harvesting some corn. All right, let's get this thing fired up. Let's get everything unfolded here. Back up a little bit so we don't run into the tractor. Oh yeah, this is a mean looking machine right now. Unreal. God, I love harvesting corn. All right, let's get into it here, right? Let's get this field harvested. We've got lots of stuff that we need to do, so I'm just going to turn on my heads up display real quick here. Let's get this. Oh, that should already be going. Let's go like this. There we go. There we go. Nice. Perfect. All right. We got a bunch of corn to harvest, which I'm really excited for. I'm really excited for because we need more pig food. As always, we need more pig food, and I'm sick of buying pig food. This is it. This has been the routine of the Hard Times Hog Farm. Is we need pig food. We finally get able to make some. It lasts for a little bit, and then we're right back to just working fields and trying to get more and more elements for our recipe so we can make more pig food. We got 2,500 pigs, 2,488. So basically 2,500 pigs that yeah, all they do is eat. They don't pay rent. They don't do any chores. They add a little bit of comic relief around here. Yeah, that's probably the main thing that they do. They definitely are kind of funny to look at. But other than that, they are consumers, and it is our job to make sure that they consume, and so that they don't die. And that means we gotta harvest more of this corn. We've got a whole bunch of canola and a whole bunch of wheat sitting in our silos, and yeah, as soon as we get this corn dumped in, we will be making pig food. So I'm super excited for that. I'm excited to kind of see what kind of a yield we're gonna get off of these three fields. We've never done these three fields in corn. Like we've done one of our, or we've done these fields in corn separately, but not all at one time. So it's gonna be interesting to see what we get for a yield. Hopefully it lasts us a year. That is always just the goal. That was the goal of buying this field to our left here, was that we could put these other three fields to corn, keep that as our big wheat field, and have our big canola field kind of on the north side of the map. So I'm hoping this plan works. I'm really, really hoping this plan works. But if not, we will buy more land. That's basically all we can do at this point because the pigs need food. Or we could just keep buying food. You know what? That's probably, honestly, we probably won't even buy more land. I don't think. I'll just make what we can make and I'll buy the rest. It's probably going to be the plan. But I love harvesting corn. Easily my favorite thing to do in this whole game. I should do a series where I'm just a corn farmer and we just do insane amounts of corn. Maybe down the road we'll do something like that. Or do like a mini series, like a 10 episode mini series, just corn farming at its finest. I would like that so much. We'll just get like 3 or 4 combines. We could do it on that flat acres map. Has anyone seen that flat acres map? It has got huge fields, absolutely huge fields. If you haven't checked it out, go check it out. And the fields are massive. That's probably the biggest map. That's probably the biggest fields I've ever seen that I can think of, other than like going in a game and just making your own custom, like, massive 400-acre field or something like that. Maybe we should do that one day. Maybe we should do a fun series where we just go and just do ridiculous stuff. We could call it like the ridiculous series, and we just go and make the most massive field and just see how much yield we can get off it. Like we could go on to what's that map's called? It's not New Hope. Maybe it was New Hope. New Hope was a pretty big one. There was the other one. It's like No Man's Land. Someone put it in the comment section. The name has, I've lost it now, but it's yeah, it's massive. Or New Frontier. That's what it's called. New Frontier. That map we could go make some major fields on. Like we could just buy all of the plots and just get some plows going. It would probably take like 10 hours to plow. I wonder how big of a field we could make on that map. We could probably make a pretty massive one. But different series for a different time. The main thing I want to work on this episode is obviously we got to get this corn harvested, and I want to get these fields prepped and ready to go for winter. So that means we got to do a fertilizer state on everything. We've got to cultivate everything. We may have to do lime. I haven't went around and checked these fields to see if they need lime. I don't think the south field does, and this other field, the other field over here to the east shouldn't need. Oh, does it need lime? I can't remember. I can't remember. It might need lime. Okay, there we go. We're full. Let's back up here. Let's kick that out. We'll fire this Valtra up. This Valtra tractor's not too bad. Never used this tractor before in any of the other like gameplay series, or even when I'm kind of just messing around. Actually, you know, I don't just mess around in this game anymore. Like, I used to play this game, quote unquote, for fun, which I obviously still do play it for fun. I wouldn't play it if I wasn't having fun, but now it is more like I'm invested in these series. You know what I mean? Like, it's like almost like a job. Like, it's actual like. No, it's not actually like farming, but it's like a daily thing where I'm like constantly in my office planning out what I'm going to do next, making sure I've got everything set up. Like, it's it feels like a second job, but it's a pretty sweet second job, harvesting corn online virtually. Yep, I could get used to that. All right, let's close this up. Let's keep going. Let's keep going. I wanted to harvest at least one field kind of all myself. Maybe we'll do some of these other ones as well too. I'll probably set an AI worker at some point because I got to do a bunch of chores around the farm. We got to move some slurry around as always. You know, there's always slurry to move around, and there's a bunch of manure that needs to get dumped into the production facility. Again, as always, there's a ton of manure that just keeps piling up. I've kind of been thinking about getting a mulcher and mulching some of these fields, just to add in to the yield bonus to try and get to that 100% yield bonus. Maybe we'll go check those. I don't even honestly know how much a mulcher costs, but it would be good to mulch some of these fields because I know you get a good yield bonus for that, or you get more of a yield bonus. I guess it's kind of like rolling probably in a sense. You know, sometimes I don't like rolling. It just doesn't seem like it's that worth that much, but maybe if we combined rolling and mulching, we could probably get another 5%. Still not a whole bunch, but even if it was, well, if we got 100,000 liters, that would be 5,000 liters. And, you know, that'd be a couple recipes of pig food or a couple cycles of pig food that we could roll through. I think we require 450 liters of corn per cycle, so that would be an extra 10 cycles. You know, we kind of need all the help that we can get, quote unquote, when it comes to making the pig food, because man, the pigs eat a lot. They eat a lot, a ton in fact. Okay, so we got a first haul out of this, or the first full harvester is 14,100 liters. I know that for sure. So it looks like we'll be getting around that 5,000-ish mark once I finish this row. So that puts us about 19,100 liters, 19,000 liters for this first field, which isn't too bad. Yeah, we basically got 5,000 liters off that. Okay, we're going to do a flyby here. We'll throw the pipe out here. We'll dump this corn into this trailer. And I'll go get a worker set. I'll go get a worker set on the east field. And we could probably even go dump this corn in. Yeah, we will go dump this corn in because it'll start doing cycles of pig food basically right away. Not that we're going to get a full trailer full or anything before this month's over. That's fine, but we might as well get the corn in there and get a bunch going. So we got 19,000 liters in that trailer. First things first. Okay, so let's get a worker set on this. And let's go dump this into the silos. And then what we'll do is we'll go to the store. We'll go in the store. We'll take a look at mulchers and and we'll just see. Actually, before we go over there, I'm going to just check the field. Needs plowing, needs rolling. Okay, well, this field needs to be plowed, so we definitely don't got to worry about mulching it. What I'll do is I'll get our Fendt tractor hooked onto our plows, and then someone can start, I'll get a worker going on that kind of ASAP. Let's get this dumped in. Click on this guy, and I'll go get our plows. Yeah, it needs rolling. Of course, because we didn't roll it last time. Am I going to be able to hook onto these things? I kind of tipped them over, didn't I? Let's see. Probably just be able to back into them and kind of push them up. Oh. There we go. You just got to button mash. That's all we got to do. Alright, let's go get someone. This tractor's not actually quite geared to pull these on. Well, it'll be fine on a flat field. Actually, let's see how it goes ourselves. Oh, nice. Nice. Okay, actually, I'm going to set a worker to do it, though, because I want to go look. Let's take a look in the store here. We got a trailer. That'll hold 37,000. 27 grand. That's not too bad. Combine. 3.4 meter headers. We need a little bit bigger ones than that. A grape trailer. This trailer is not big enough. We don't need a dolly. We don't need any of that stuff. Let's go take a look at mulchers. What do I got in here for mulchers? This big unit, 78,000, 270 horse to pull it. A big, 12 meters, 210, 5.6, basically 6 meters, 1.2 meters. No. These must be for like in between. They must be for, yeah, grape and olive farming. Yeah. Those are super small. 80 grand, that's not too bad. But will we get $80,000 worth of return from using it? That is the question. And the answer is probably not, but it'll pull at 12 miles an hour. That's actually pretty quick. This one is only, well, okay. Yeah, but this is half of it. 35 grand. It's 7 meters wide, 7 miles an hour. No. This would be the one that we get if we got anything. Okay, I'll think about it. We got to plow this field. I wonder what other fields we need to plow. Let's jump out of this. This one needs plowing. Okay, now, so we're definitely not getting a mulcher now. Might as well just plow those fields. Let's spin this trailer around. Let's try to spin this trailer around. There we go. We'll kind of head over, and then what we'll do is we'll get some slurry moved around, and we can even kind of do slurry and stuff a little bit later. What I would like to do, since we're gonna... Oh, let's back up. Let's hook onto this trailer. 143,000 liters of slurry. That is quite a bit. Where's Buck? I can't even see him. He's probably up hiding in the shade. Yeah, 8-9 mile an hour. This tractor is a little underpowered to pull those plows, not gonna lie. Good thing this ground is pretty flat. Let's run over here and see what this field says. Fertilized 100%, 92% yield bonus. Doesn't really tell us if who's blocked by an object. Okay. I thought, yeah, wasn't too sure. Okay, so this guy's 61% full. Let's grab this tractor. Let's head down to the south side of this field because we're going to have to probably get a grain dump out of that combine when he's doing this bottom pass through here. And that way we don't get caught. When he's in the middle. Like they always do a... It seems like they always do a pass through the middle for some reason. Let's cruise in the neighbor's farm here. Let's do a flyby. Let's just be nosy and see what's going on in here. What is this? Is that a little sawmill? Unreal. You know, you can get these in real life, and they're like, there's like a bunch of different ones, but you can get some for like 5 grand that'll mill your own lumber. And if I had my own farm, which I really want to get one day, I would definitely want to get a sawmill and create my own lumber. Buck down some trees, let it dry out, and then mill my own lumber. That would be awesome. My uncle's actually got one, and yeah, he like makes his own 2x4s, his own. I think he can make up to a 2x12, or maybe it was a 2x10. But really, you don't really need much more than that. Even if you were to build a house, all the floor joists would be engineered as well. Like you don't really need 2x12s. And 2x10 headers is big enough. Okay, let's get some grain pulled out of this. And we got to keep track. We got to remember how. Well, we don't really have to remember, but it's going to work through the production facility a little bit, so we won't have an accurate number of what we got for our harvest, but it'll be pretty close. Because as we keep dumping it in there, it's going to be working its way through and making itself into pig food. So we'll just remember the first dump that we did into the silos was 19,000 liters, and then I'll just wait till I have a full trailer out here before I go. I think before I go dump this off, and I'll try and keep track of exactly what gets or what we get for a yield this harvest from these 3 fields. And remember that we could get more if we had 100% yield bonus. Okay, let's let this. I'm gonna back up just so the AI workers don't get completely jammed out. Yep, this is full of slurry. Let's go pull this around. Because we'll dump this off, and then I'm going to hook onto the fertilizer spreader, and we will go. That field should be done being plowed. Darn close. Darn close. Let's tab over and see how it's going. Looks like he's just got to do headlands around this field. He or she. She. Yep. She's got vans on, it looks like, maybe. Unreal. Okay. Yeah, we got to get this field fertilized. We obviously got to get the other field to our east over here fertilized as soon as the harvest is done. We had got 14,000, almost 15,000 liters, and it's not even one headland done, but basically one. So say if we get another 14, maybe even 13,000 off the next headland, even 12, that would put us at 36,000, and then all the up and downs. We'll probably get a trailer and a half full-ish maybe off this field, which would be great. And then hopefully if we get a full trailer off that other field, if we get a full trailer off this field and a full trailer off the other field, that's 75,000 liters. 37,500. That's 75,000 liters because math. Plus the 19,000 that we already jumped in there. That could be pretty awesome, but we hope. Let's go get this fertilizer spreader hooked on, and by the time we're kind of ready, I bet you we'll be good to do that field. We're darn close. How much manure do we got sitting in this heap? 137,000 liters. Yeah, that'll take a couple trailer fulls, that's for sure. But we can kind of go both trailers if we kind of like tag team it. I've done that before. It'll go pretty quick. So let's hook onto this fertilizer spreader. Wonder if this thing's full. 56%. All right, let's go pull over to the buy station here and buy some more fertilizer. Not diesel. We got to pull through it. It doesn't want to. There we go. 1,300 bucks. I don't really know if that's enough money. Because what did it probably put in there? It probably put like 1,000 liters in there. Yeah, these are $2,000 at least for 1,000. Let's just go. Let's just pull off an extra 2,000 because I probably have done that before. I just want to make sure I'm actually spending the correct amounts of money. Or pretty close. Like, it doesn't have to be exact. Like, I'm not gonna write the series off over a couple $100. Okay. Let a worker go. Start spreading some fertilizer on this field. This guy will be done real quick. Real quick. Let's catch this little spot here. Now, we may have to use a different tractor on this field, just because the hills are so gnarly that maybe I should just drop this off right now. Yeah, I'll bring the trailer over there just so I don't want this worker to get all messed up, run into something. But I think we'll swap it out. Well, I guess it doesn't really matter. We can't plow on this field. Oh, Doc, we got to get fuel in this tractor. That's what we'll go do right now. Let's just leave that right there. Let's go get some fuel before we run out. I'll just wait to swap those tractors around because it's not like we can plow until they're done harvesting anyways. Let's get some diesel put in this bad boy. Can't be running out of diesel here at the Hard Times Hog Farm. Although we do, the nice thing is we got quite a bit of cash saved up. I don't really know what we're saving for. We're not going to buy another pig barn just because we don't really have anywhere to put it unless I bought or unless I altered some of our land. But there's really no sense to buy more pigs. We already got 2,500. That's more than enough pigs. We don't really need any equipment. Maybe a set of mulchers. Maybe a set of mulchers just to do some testing and see how much it affects yield bonuses. Okay, there we go. Let's spin around with this bad boy. I wonder. I wish I knew exactly how many more months till we need lime. Needs plowing. Does this tell us anything? No. Needs rolling. Yeah. Well, we'll see if we feel like rolling. All right. Let's check in on the combine. What are we? 66% full. Is this the second headland? Okay, maybe what we'll do. Let's jump in this tractor. Let's pull up this hill. That other guy completed his task. Yeah, this Vulture tractor's alright. Let's check the cab out. It's pretty nice. I think you can get some other like panorama or some sort of other top cap in here. It was like a bunch of extra money. It didn't really seem to be worth it. Seems pretty fancy in here though. Pretty fancy indeed. Now I'm thinking what we might do. 80% full. Is he gonna make it up this hill? We'll see. Hopefully he does. Let's go get this guy fired up and we'll bring him over to the other farm as well. Or to the other farm, to the other field. Just to get ready. There we go. I still got the narrow tires on this thing. I'll probably just leave it. It's a good thing that we found that this field had weeds and we were able to fertilize it and get the weeds pulled off of it. I slept through to the months and it's had medium growing weeds. So we were able to deal with all that and still pull a 92% yield bonus off that field, which is pretty alright. Grain tank is full. Where is he at? Oh, so close. Alright, let's back him up. Back him up. Actually, you can probably sit just like that. And we'll spin around. Okay, so that's another 14,000 liters, which means we'll be at about 29,000 liters off this field. Not too bad. 29,000. Okay. So that's pretty good. So that means we definitely will get a full trailer off this field, and we probably will definitely get a full trailer off that other field. So the rest of, once we get, we're at 29,000 liters. So once we have 8,000 liters, basically half a grain tank in this combine, then we've done what we kind of like really need to do off each field. The small field out on the south side of our farm, we're kind of towards the south end of our farm. I knew I wouldn't get a full trailer full of grain off that one, right? It's just too small of a field. Whoa, let's go like this. But these other two, I definitely obviously wanted to get at least one full trailer off of them. So as soon as we get 8,000 more liters off this field, then we're into the bonus, and which is great. All right, let's get a guy started again here. Hopefully nothing gets mixed up. You can still see our trees over in the background over there that got ripped apart from the twister. Look at this. Carnage. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. It's a big twister right there. Wonder if it hit this town. Doesn't look like it. Crazy. All right, let's get back over and yeah, now we're at the point where we're just gonna keep going here. I got some of the chores and stuff done around the farm. I'm just gonna sit here and wait with these tractors. Um, I might go to the farm and start pulling around some manure just while the grain gets kind of harvested or the corn. Um, but I'll kind of bring you back once that field's done and we're starting on the last one, and then I'll give you kind of an update of what we got off that field for yield. And yeah, we'll move on to the final field on the south side. I'm just getting some manure, some crap done around the farm. Yeah, I'm getting some chores done, getting some manure pulled over into the production facility. The east cornfield is almost done being harvested. I've got a plow starting on that field. I'm hoping, I started the plow with an AI worker, and then I just came over to the farm here, or to the farm, to get this last little, well, it's not the last load of manure out, but the last load that I'm going to complete, because I'm going to leave this trailer here and then I'm going to go hook onto our other trailer, the corn trailer, and get ready to bring it over. So in between the last point, we had another full trailer full of corn. So yes, okay, perfect. The plow is working over on this side, which is exactly what I wanted to happen. Let's go grab this trailer. We'll get the corn dumped out of the combine, and then we'll take that combine over and get it started on the final south field. Just a couple stalks there. You know what our rule is. We're going back up there. No stalk left behind. That's the rule. The corn rule. And we got our large tractor plowing this field. The large tractor should pull the plow pretty good. I think that plow requires 350 horse to pull. So that tractor's 420. So it should be good pulling up this hill, but look how steep that hill is. That's no joke. No joke at all. Okay, let's fire this combine up here. No stalk left behind. We've got rules during corn harvest, and that's one of them. So we'll grab these last few. Make sure there's nothing on the other edge over there. Good stuff. Alright, let's get the headers lifted up, and we'll dump this into the trailer. So I like how it tells us in the top right-hand corner exactly how much corn's getting put in that trailer. Little stuff like that I really appreciate with this game, how they changed a bunch of stuff. Oh, just pulled the headers off right there, I didn't mean to. Let's get this stuff out of the way, because that plow is going to be... It's going to be wanting to come up here and spin around and go real quick. So we got to get this trailer and stuff out of the way. So what do we got in here? 27,000, just about 28,000 liters. Not too bad. Not too bad really at all. Okay. Let's get this pipe put back in, and let's head over to the final field, and I'll get a worker started on this, and then I'll come back and jump in this that tractor with that trailer, and we'll hopefully get out of the plow's way. We got some time here though. He's going to come down this field and then head back up, so we should be good for a minute, at least to get over to this field and get a worker started on it. I don't know if we'll end up coming over to take over. Probably not. We'll probably end up doing a lot of field work. This field out here I do not think needs to be plowed. It should tell us if it does, but it might need to get a little bit of harvest done. Oof, I don't know if we'll get a full trailer off this field, but we got like almost 2 full trailers off this one, which is great. Let's jump into this unit and we'll pull him over. I'm still going to just try and get full trailers and then dump it into the silos. I don't want to go jump this right now. Well, actually, let's go dump this right now. I just immediately changed my mind, because I want to know exactly how much yield we get off of that other field. I've got it wrote down right now, kind of everything that we've dumped in so far. So what's this? 27,600 we'll call it for easy numbers. I'm going to write that down. Okay. That's dumped in. I got all our notes and stuff wrote down. And let's head over to that final field. Look at the pigs. Good lord, we've got a lot of pigs. Let's head over to that field. and sort of get prepped. It really won't take too long for that large tractor to get that field plowed, and then our gray tractor is just sitting there ready to go, ready to get fertilizing done. Yeah, more than I'm thinking. I don't think we'll get a more than I'm thinking. I'm not thinking we're gonna get a full trailer off of this field. This isn't really that big of a field, to be honest. Like that small field. Let's go like this. I mean, it's like almost the same size as this field. It's like a little bit bigger. I bet you we'll get like 22,000 liters. No, 24,000 liters. That's my guess. That's my guess off of this field. I hope I'm wrong. I hope I'm way wrong and we get way more, but my guess is 24,000 liters. Let's go check this plow. Not too bad. He's got probably like three or four more up downs and then headlands, and this field is going to be good to go. Do you think? No, I'm not going to start a fertilizer. I'm just going to wait because it won't really matter. We could be fertilizing these fields once we're doing the cultivating over on this field. Check the combine. 6,000 liters in here. Not too bad. Not too bad. Okay, we're going to keep going here. I'm going to keep getting this field harvested off. And I'll bring you back right when this field is done being harvested. And then that way we can see exactly. So my guess is 24,000 liters. I hope I'm wrong. I hope I'm wrong and it's like 30. But I don't know. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. Okay, so I got this field plowed. Obviously, I'm kind of just dragging this plow around as we go. I got it fertilized as well. This field is almost done being harvested. Completed their task. And okay, so I was way wrong. Way wrong. We did get basically a full trailer off of this field. Basically. I went and dumped 33,000 liters in. Just over 33,000. And then we get another 6,000, so I was way wrong, which is great, right? We were hoping that I was way wrong, but no stock left behind. We've got one little bit here to grab. There we go. There we go. We have 100% completed the corn harvest, so I'm just going to go like this, and then as this, whoa, 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 whoa. As that dumps in there. Okay, so that was 6,000 liters. So we got basically 39,000 liters off this field. Where's my calculator? I'm going to add all this up real quick here. 27,600 plus 37,500. 123,000 liters. Am I reading that correctly? I'm going to go over. I think I'm just going to plow this field just because we got the plows sitting here. I'm going to jump out. Needs plowing. Look at that. Look at that. I was going to do it anyways, and there we go. Okay, that can stay there for right now. Let's pull this out of the way. Just so the plow won't hit anything. Let's go dump this in and just double check that that's roughly what we got. Again, some of this stuff is going to have worked through into the pig food production facility, so it probably won't be 123 exactly, but that's not too bad. 100,000 liters worth of corn off those fields, that's pretty good. Unless my math is off here, which, it very well could be. Let's jump out here and let's just check. Corn, 112,000. Yeah, and like I said, a bit of it is probably worked through into the pig food unit. Let's go in here and just check. Active materials missing potatoes. Okay. We should have potatoes going though. We've got manure and water in here. We're not missing anything. Running. Yeah, it's probably just got to do its thing. Let's open this up. Let's go in here. And let's turn up. Where's potatoes? Let's turn the productivity up to 200% on that. And that'll be good. Let's close those doors. Okay, let's jump over. That can stay there for right now. Let's grab this. Let's put the pipe in and we will We'll get this thing all folded up and put away. I want to get some fuel in it as well. Get everything all folded up here. Let's get this guy folded up as well. We'll sneak some fuel in it, and I think we should pressure wash this thing real quick. Are we close enough there? There we go. Maybe we should jump out and make sure this thing... We'll buy some more fuel in this unit. And then we'll give this a quick little pressure wash. We'll kick the headers off. And then we'll go grab our fertilizing unit, bring it over to the... We'll bring it over to that other field and kind of get it ready. So all of those fields have been plowed, which is good. And that means we'll probably have to lime them all at the same time. The next time we have to lime them, we just will do all of them regardless. As soon as one pops up with the notification, I'll just do all of them. And then that way we should be, you know, pretty much good to go. It'll just always be on the same cycle, what, for plowing and for lime, which will be nice. I don't know about those other fields, the wheat and the canola field. The canola field probably needs to be plowed soon, if I'm not mistaken. It feels like I haven't plowed that field in a really long time. Or maybe I just can't remember. Maybe I've got amnesia a little bit. Who knows? All right, let's try not to run into the pig barn here. Let's drop these off. Come on now. Oh, there we go. There we go. All right, let's go get this thing parked. Get this unit parked. And then we'll go grab that fertilizer and get him spun around into the correct spot. I'm really glad we got this combine. This is the thing, we got this thing on such a good deal. Half price, basically, which is just awesome. Let's shut it down. Let's tab over. Okay, that's looking pretty good. Let's grab this truck, or this tractor. So this field, make sure, needs rolling. Yeah, well, maybe. Just maybe. We may or may not roll. Now those dead spots that I plowed over, those should be gone. Yeah, we'll see when we plant. Basically, what we got to do now is get this other field done and then slowly get through the winter. I say slowly because we're just got to kind of do our chores and our normal stuff. I'm going to be pulling around a lot of pig food now and getting that dumped into the barn. I just want to fill the barn with as much pig food as I can. I'm still doing kind of the same strategy where I buy as much pig food as I can from whatever money that we make from the slurry. Because I kind of consider the money that we get from the slurry as just like free money, you know? And we usually get about, you know, roughly around 60 to 100,000 bucks per month from that slurry, which I basically just turn around and I just spend it on pig food. So if I spend all slurry money on pig food and then we continue to make the pig food, we should be able to get a pretty good stockpile in that barn and basically be on cruise control. I think now at this point we'll be harvesting the wheat, you know, next at the end of next summer. Same with the canola, and yeah, like I said, we'll just keep spending slurry money, and I've got to pull around some more manure here, which that's probably what I'll do. You know what? I'm even going to use this trailer just to help out. Yeah, I'm going to use this trailer. I'm going to have to move that other trailer out of the way. But yeah, that's what I'm going to do. Just going to kind of be pulling around here, doing some chores while that field gets done plowing and fertilizing. I'll kind of bring you back once that's done and once we've got all our chores done and we start moving through the winter. Okay, there we have it. This field is plowed. It is fertilized. We've got fertilizer states on all three of these fields and they've been plowed. We should be pretty much set for winter. I got all the manure pulled around and put into the production facility. I think there's about 70,000 liters of food in with the pigs. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to park these plows. I'm going to go over here, get them put off kind of in the back corner of the farm where I always keep them. And then we're going to get one more trailer full of food and I'm going to dump it into the pig barn. Oh, let's keep that there. He's gonna fall forward. No, perfect. Let's tab over to this guy. And we need not diesel, not manure, pig food. There we go. And since it's this trailer, we need to also pull off another 11,000 bucks to make sure that we're charging ourselves enough. And I think, and then we'll see exactly how this gets us into the next month. The pig's health might drop down a little bit. I don't know if this is quite going to be enough food, but we'll have, 100,000 liters next month. We can catch up. Like, they're not going to starve. They just might not be 100% good to go. Let's just jump out and take a look at the barn. Jeez. 0 kilometers an hour for this guy. Yeah, we are standing still. Unbelievable. Hanging out in here. 84,000 liters of food. Jeez, is that going to be enough? Maybe we'll get one more trailer full. Let's get one more trailer full. One more trailer full for good luck. We're going to have we'll have a bunch of food next month now that we've got this corn, but so let's go pull that off to make sure it's fair. For anyone wondering why I do that, pig food is $1,000 a liter. This trailer is 37,000 liters. For some reason, this buying station only charges me 26,000 per full trailer full, so I pull off an extra 11,000 just to make it fair. Because I don't really, it doesn't really matter. I don't want to, it doesn't really matter, but I still just want to kind of keep it somewhat fair so that it's nice, good. Okay, let's dump this in, and then we will get through into November. We'll check on these pigs, and then I'll kind of just start plugging through the winter and get us into the springtime. So I'll bring you back in November. We'll check on these pigs and we'll do some chores. Okay, so yes, the pigs went through basically all that food, and their health was at about 83%, which is fine. So I've just got a couple of trailerfuls of pig food, and then I'm going to go over to our pig food production facility and grab some out of there. We also sold a crazy kind of excess amount of animals that were born into the barn since the barn is full. Jeez, I always run into that. And so we made about 180 grand off of that. Let's get this pig food dumped in there. We're still kind of behind on potato production, which I'm going to go over in here, which is weird because potatoes were like never an issue before. So I'm going to go back in here and I'm going to ramp up production of potatoes up to 300%. Is this one activated as well, or just this one? This one you just need water. Okay, well, let's just do our normal one with manure. We have more than enough manure in here, and we'll obviously have enough water. So I don't know why the potatoes are running slow. That never ever happened before, unless something changed with like an update or something. That could potentially have done it, but I'm not 100% sure. The main thing is, it's fine. Like, we've got lots of pig food. Let's go into the compound. We still got a bunch of corn, potatoes, wheat. Yeah, the potatoes is kind of what held us back a little bit there, but we still got tons of corn and canola and wheat. So we should be looking pretty good, essentially. I could ramp up production of this a little bit as well. Let's jump that up to 150. It seems like something happened with an update, like I'm not gonna lie, and maybe production facilities were tweaked a little bit. Like, they're not producing as much. I don't know, maybe we're so tuned into this game that we never once, when we put all the elements in for this pig food, when we had all of the elements for the recipe and like a good supply of it, we would produce 100,000 liters easy a month. And potatoes were like, we had too much potatoes. Like, the greenhouse would be overflowing, and now everything's toned back. Seems like Giants is trying to nerf us because we became pig millionaires, and now they just want to slow us down. They're just trying to take the wind out of our sail. Luckily, that's not going to happen. That is not going to happen. Okay, let's tab over to this guy and let's go get some slurry going as well. I'm going to just keep doing what I said. I'm going to keep putting, at least about 150,000 liters of pig food in this barn each month. I'm going to start at that number. I'm gonna fill this thing before I pull away. 142,000 liters. That's basically max amount, it seems like, what they make in a month. Maybe if they had a little bit more food, but let's go buy another trailer full of food. Not wheat. Big food. There we go. We got to remove our money. There we go. Take that out. And then we'll double check. I kind of haven't really been keeping track of what I put in there. I put 2. There should be... Well, no, there's probably more than 150,000 liters in there now. No, they'll be close. I don't know. We'll check. I'm going to spin around here. I'll check before I dump this in so we know exactly. Let's see here. Jump out. Run over myself. Yeah, 150,000 liters in there right now. Okay, so maybe I'll just leave this trailer and I'll see how much of it they go through. I'll leave it parked here kind of in the overloading strategy. So if they do eat through it, we got the pig food here. Let's jump over. This should be almost full. Jeez, I thought it would be full. Bit of manure. What do we got in here for manure? 77,000 liters. I'll just leave that sit for this next month. And we'll, I don't really do the manure each month. I kind of just do it when it gets a little out of control in there. Let's dump this in. We'll dump this in, and then I'm just going to kind of get through into December. I'll double check and see exactly how much they eat for food. It's slowly changing, but they should all be at a point where they're pretty mature. I'm just hoping food becomes a little more consistent and I can plan for it a bit better, but we'll see. 147,000 liters. Check the pigs that are in here. Yeah, these guys are going to be getting to their mature points, so they'll be all grown up here soon. Okay, that start should be good. All right, I'll bring you back probably in either December or January or sometime in the spring, and we will continue on. Okay, folks, welcome back to January. I'm just by the pig feeding mixing system here, 3000T. I don't really know why it's not producing enough food. Like, it only produced 30,000 liters in the month. Like, if I come in here, we have 34,000 liters, and I haven't pulled anything out. I haven't done anything. It's telling me that it's going to do 1,800 cycles. Costs us $6,000 a month to do this. But like, we should be right maxed out with food. Like, we have more than enough everything. We've got 90,000 liters of corn, 130,000 liters of canola, like, and 37,000 liters of wheat. Like, we should be good to go. And for some reason, it only produced 35,000 liters worth of food, which I don't really understand. I don't really understand at all. We go through about 140,000 liters per month. And what I did is I went and bought us a new trailer. This trailer will just hold a lot more capacity, which just kind of helps me move stuff around as I'm like it's just constant laps with that one trailer that does 37,000 liters. So I still have that one, but I got rid of that other Claws trailer that held 22,000. I got this one. It'll just kind of help with moving manure and stuff around as I can hold quite a bit more. Yeah, it just kind of helps with the chores and stuff around here. So I want to put about 100,000 liters worth of pig food into the barn, which will cost us about $100,000. I'm just kind of watching the money on the side there. I know that it's $1,000 a liter, so I'm going to stop it at around $100,000 or 100,000 liters, and we'll just see how much money it charges us. And yeah, we'll kind of go from there. So where we're at, right about there, 69,000. So we need about another 40. Sorry, we need another 31,000 taken off. 31. Yeah, that'll be close enough. Okay, so let's go dump this into the barn, and we'll get some manure and stuff around as well. I want to go grab the slurry. I don't exactly know how much slurry's in the barn. I wasn't really paying attention when I was looking. But we're chugging along nicely, but I swear something changed with an update. I don't know if anyone knows or has noticed in their own farms. Let me know in the comment section below. But like, we've never had an issue. Like I said, when we have all the elements for the pig food, like, that thing should have 100,000 liters in it. It should be just like maxing itself out, no problem. And for some reason it's not. I don't really understand why. I feel like something got changed in an update. That's all I can really come down to, because it doesn't really make sense. But also, it doesn't really matter. We can just buy pig food, and we're used to doing that anyways. Let's fill this thing with manure. I'll go dump this into the barn. But also what I got to do is we need some more straw in the barn to continue making manure. So I'm going to go over to our kind of our straw little storage output thing. Let's grab the forage wagon here. See if I can back up to it properly. And let's get... Jeez, we got a lot of straw sitting in there. Let's run over and check real quick here. This is empty, and we can fit 200,000 liters. So we just got to kind of be watching this around the 200,000 liter mark, and then we'll be able to just dump it in. And that should probably get us... Well, we'll have an extra 50,000 liters. That should get us to next year when we... Or this year, this following summer when we harvest the wheat, and then we'll do the same thing as we did last time. We'll get a whole bunch of straw off that field, which is great. The pigs are doing good though. They really are. They got 100% health. We'll have offspring in a month, which will be that'll just be automatically sold off, which is fine. Let's go take a look at this. What are we at? 90,000 liters. Let's pull over here. This is almost out of there. Okay, let's start dragging this over. We just got so much like volume of everything that we're dealing with nowadays. It's crazy. Let's get this dumping in, and then we'll check on our straw. See how we're looking in here. 130, 140. Okay, we could start backing this guy out. Get this dumped in the production facility. Let's jump over to this one. Let's see if we can spin around. And then this thing should be basically filled with the straw that we need. You know what? I'm honestly just going to stop her right there, and that's good enough. We'll dump this in. There'll be about 50-some thousand liters left in there. I'll get this dumping into the barn so that we can dump our manure off as well. Oh, got too many tractors everywhere. It's just a pile up around here from the production facilities. Yeah, like what's going on with that pig food maker? We always have issues with the pig food making units. Never a dull moment around here. There's always just some sort of an issue, but that's okay. Luckily, we've got quite a bit extra cash just chilling. We don't, again, there's minor stuff that I'm finding for us to buy, but again, like none of it's really that pressing. Yeah, I bought this trailer. This trailer costs like 50 grand or something like that, so it's not that big a deal in the scheme of things. And each month we sell off all the extra pigs and stuff. Man, we're getting crazy surplus of slurry in here because I already got that jumped up to 300%. Are the potatoes... Are potatoes getting put in here? Is that what's happening? Potatoes. This isn't activated though. Either way though, we should have a bunch of potatoes in here, which we do, sort of. Huh, I wonder if that's what's messing it up where... Let's turn this on. Let's activate this. Let's turn this to 300%. Let's just see. We'll see what happens. See if we can work through some of the potatoes in here. I don't know why there's so many, unless it's being distributed from the greenhouse. We'll have to wait and kind of see. Okay. I'm just going to pull around and kind of park some of this stuff, get it all cleaned up out of the way. So what I think we'll probably end up doing is I think we're going to end the episode there, as this is what I'm going to be doing basically the rest of the summer, is just kind of going through, getting all the chores and stuff done. And then in the next episode, we will be, harvesting our wheat in our canola fields, and we'll be back to, at the beginning of the next episode, what we'll do is end up planting the corn. And then towards the end of the episode, that's when we're going to be, to the middle, so to the end, that's when we will start getting all of our wheat and our canola pulled off the fields. We'll be getting our straw picked up and kind of all that stuff. And hopefully, I don't know, I'm going to keep kind of messing around with the greenhouse and the potatoes and all that stuff and see what I can do to kind of make things better. Let's park this in a spot that I can get stuff out of there. That's good there. Okay, I think the farm is pretty set up. Most of the chores are done, and like I said, that's going to be a kind of a good spot for us to end this episode. So thanks so much for watching. I appreciate it like always. Thank you to everybody who's hit that sub, hit that like, who leaves me a comment. All of it is greatly appreciated. Thank you very much. I hope everyone has a good afternoon, morning, evening, whenever it is that you're watching this. And I'll see you guys on the next episode. Have a good one.